right, we're back. It feels like it's been eternity since we last recorded. The last show that we did, it's ended up being one of our highest watch episodes that we've done so far. Thanks to Corby, thanks to Fellers, thanks to Tyler. I'm Zach. We got Tyler in the house again.
Hello, everybody.
This is what, like four straight weeks in a row we're recording, and it's going to release tomorrow, which is Monday, December 13th, I believe. Yeah, today's the 12th. So we're going to break down a lot of topics today. You can see on the topic bar on our left or right. It'll be on my left.
Point the other way.
It'll be that way?
Yep, there you go.
Okay, so these topics are going to break down. Of course, at the end, it will be the Patreon-only topics. If you want to watch this entire episode, subscribe to our Patreon for $3.99 a month. You can cancel at any time. You can subscribe for a full year and save 16% on your annual subscription by subscribing for a full year. I think it's under $40 for an entire year.
Sounds about right.
Ross Bendick from Wrestle Chicago put out a little graphic of all these different subscriptions that you can do in wrestling, and we were the cheapest option available. Of course, the money that you guys pledge to us on Patreon helps us continue to grow the show and do the things that we need to do to get to where we want to be. So I appreciate everybody who does subscribe to the Patreon. Plenty more content on the way as well for that. Also, Barbarian Apparel, you can check it out right here. Barbarian, the best wrestling apparel company in the business, in the sport of wrestling. I can guarantee that. Josh over at Barbarian is the man. Caleb as well. Go check them out. Links down below for Barbarian Apparel. All right, let's talk about Bedlam. So last week we had the Cyhawk duel, some pushing and shoving afterwards. Nothing really happened. This time we have Oklahoma State absolutely wiping the floor with the Oklahoma Sooners, with the Boomer Sooner Oklahoma. You name it. They had a sick mat. It was a boring duel. Not really much to say about the duel. Only one guy won. It was Heinzelman, the heavyweight. And then at the end, he ended up not winning by attacking AJ Ferrari.
Yeah. Last time there's a lot of theatrics, and with the Cyhawk duel, there's a lot of theatrics. And so, but there wasn't really anything that actually went on, no physical altercations. This one, they got straight to the point and made it physical.
It finally got physical, which I don't know if we want that. I think the whole thing last time about the whole Cyhawk deal that I was like really trying to stress was it was good for the sport. Nobody got hurt. Nobody got injured. No punches were thrown. It didn't get no lines crossed. This time, some lines I feel like were crossed a little bit.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Suspensions, I don't think so. I don't really believe in like that, mainly because in the sport of football, there's a ton of pushing and shoving going on. Even sometimes guys get taken down to the ground and nothing really happens. It's just kind of, maybe a flag or something like that. This duel's already over, so who cares?
And, I mean, the instigator kind of got it put to him, and then AJ didn't do anything more than he needed to besides, like, just push him down, neutralize it. So
yeah, let's go ahead and run the tape for people. Of course, you guys know last time we broke it down. We're going to break it down again this time. But I will say this. Obviously, we weren't there. I was minding my own business at home. I watched most of the duel, and then about the last 2 or 3 matches, I was watching it somewhere else, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go home. This is a Rapski. I didn't really care too much about the last 2 or 3 matches that they had. Then I get a text on the drive home that says, "Did you see that?" I said, "What are you talking about?" He told me or whatever, and I'm like, gosh, dang it. I freaking missed it. But Tyler, go ahead and play what we got here. Okay. Make sure that I can see that, though. Yep. We got to get a TV in here.
Before I make it full screen, we'll show this quote from the Ferrari brothers account.
Yeah, you have it up already. The Ferrari brothers account, I believe, is ran by the dad.
Yeah, I think so.
What did he say?
Heinzelman thought AJ stole his bag of cheeseburgers.
Pretty good.
Went for his weight,
Yeah.
They like to target.
It's kind of a dad joke a little bit there, but I like it. I like the clapback.
I'm sure both institutions will.
All right, here we go.
At this.
Okay, push. Shove. It's hard telling if there was a word by AJ at first.
Call the draw.
Look at that, straight to the double.
think the
Solid
guys are
double.
just trying to break it up, except for
That's that first round management right
this is
there.
not-
He
not
could have
good for
kicked him
either
if he wanted to. He
As
held
they
back. He didn't
continue
do
to shake
anything.
hands.
Look, ref pulls him out. Dom Demas, look at that. Rewind that a little bit. Look at Dom Demas just with his hands in his pocket.
I'm sure both
Got his glasses
institutions will
on, just
continue to
chilling.
shake
Watch
hands
Dom
and-
Demas at the end there. Here he comes from left to right. Look at him, just chilling, just walking by. I like that. I like that.
He's just taking in the scene.
He's just taking it in, man. I loved it. He had his debut at 149. He lost. Tough match.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Tyler just got back in town, by the way. We actually weren't even going to record tonight. We were going to do it tomorrow. I was like, well, we got to get back in there. Can we go back there and watch that again? Sorry. Really putting you to work here. I want to. I was too.
buddy.
I was too busy watching Dom Demas at the end there. I'm not gonna lie. I like that guy. I don't know what it is.
I'm sure both institutions will take a look at this.
All right, some sort of word. Rewind it one more time. Rewind it. I'm missing like I'm missing if AJ said something first, which it doesn't make any sense because they didn't even they weren't even opponents.
But I'm sure
All right.
both institutions will take a look at this.
Heinzelman.
It kind of seems like Heinzelman
You
said
can't-
something.
Both
Yeah.
guys got enough in there.
You can only see AJ's expression, and you can tell he's
Right.
talking to him, but you can't see
I think
Heinzelman's
the guys
face.
are just trying to break it up, except for
Look at that. Coach comes in,
this
shoves
is
him
not-
off of him.
not good for either school. As they continue to shake hands and
Go back one more time. I want to see who had more support on their side.
but I'm sure both
All right, let's
institutions
see.
will take a look at this.
Let's see.
Heinzelman.
Shove first by Heinzelman. A shove back.
Yeah, both
Kind of
guys got
some
enough in
swingings.
there, so-
No connections landed. No punches really landed.
Yeah, I think the
He's
guys
kind of
are
surrounded by
trying to-
Oklahoma
Definitely,
Cow-
yeah.
Oklahoma State Cowboys.
definitely
Where are
was
the?
there.
Where is Oklahoma? Where are the Sooners?
As they continue to
There
shake
they come.
hands
A little late there, buddies.
Yeah.
Don Davis just chilling. I like that.
But,
All right, that's probably good. I mean, really not a lot to it. They didn't wrestle each other. I will say this. It would have been a really bad look for Heinzelman if he lost.
Right. Yeah.
But he
Yeah,
was
at
the
least
only
that's
guy
how it
that
is.
won.
Yeah.
And I believe he won in overtime, if I'm not right. Yeah,
Yep,
sudden
he
victory.
did.
He won 3-1 over Luke Serber. Yeah, I mean, if you lose that, you can't go shoving AJ Ferrari.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. At least had that. I mean, and we have this one of him blowing the kisses after his.
Yeah, play that
match
too.
as well.
So this guy, hold on a second. This guy, let's say his first name, Josh Heinzelman. He was like, playing the role of the heel tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
He wins. I actually like this celebration that he did because as a Iowa State fan, I hate that Oklahoma State thing, mostly because it usually happens after they beat
Right.
one of the guys that I'm cheering for. So when I see him do this, I'm like, gosh, dang it, I hate this. Like it's almost like your alarm clock when you hear that alarm clock noise and when it just triggers you. That
Yeah.
Oklahoma State, freaking
Blowing
shoot him up or
pistols.
whatever. Go play. Can you play what he does after he wins this? I mean, his team's down by a lot, so it's not the best look, but it's not terrible since he was the one who won. We got this off Twitter too. All right, let's check out this little celebration here. I don't know. Technical difficulties.
This will be edited.
All right. We're probably just going to keep it in there. But, if you're going to celebrate like this, you have to win. He wins. I don't have a problem with this celebration. I'm sure there's people that are not going to like it. It's probably not a great look in whole as a total package that you do this celebration kind of taunting the Oklahoma State crowd. And then on top of that, it appears on tape that you started the fight with AJ. Who knows if something was said behind the scenes or whatever. I tried to do some digging. I did some text messaging, and people are
Right.
busy and didn't hear back.
Yeah. They're probably still sorting it out themselves.
Yeah. And all right, can you hit play now? Look at this. My house. This is my house. Look, puts the guns in the holsters
And then a
towards the
quick
bench.
kiss.
Kind of kisses him,
Yeah.
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 Look at this.
I like it.
Yeah, this is my house. Look, guns in the holsters. Stares him down.
Right.
Kisses him.
Probably a lot of frustration to get out too after your team has had that performance too to get your one win.
I wish that we could see who he was directly looking at.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. We need to turn to Twitter. It seems like they can always come through.
Yeah, I haven't. I don't know. I don't want to get taken down by ESPN, but I mean, that's pretty much all there is to it. You know, I don't think this is. What's the word? A result of last weekend. Do you?
No, I don't think so. I think, it's could be just, AJ's kind of a target now at this point, and so if he's going to chirp to somebody while in the handshake line, it's probably going to be AJ. You don't know what all was said to each other to instigate that either.
Another interesting point is they're going to have to wrestle each other again. Next time would be at Stillwater. He's gonna have some boo birds out, don't you think?
Yeah, I think everyone's gonna be buttoned up by then though, because now the coaches are gonna be prepping for that. I feel like they'll be cutting them straight.
Do you feel like maybe AJ goes heavyweight next time? Seth Duckworth says nope, he doesn't think so. I mean, how many times they want Woodley to be able to wrestle AJ? You know?
Right. I don't see him going heavyweight either. I feel like he said the same thing last year, and then that didn't happen. I think he's solid at heavyweight, and I don't think he cares about this dude that much either, really, to bump up just for that reason.
Yeah, I hope he does.
I do too, though. I would love that.
It wouldn't be a great look for Heinzelman if he gets beat, but
yeah. Who knows?
Like I said on the Instagram clip I posted, if you come at the king, you best not miss. Right now, AJ's the king.
Facts.
He's the king. Let's stay on the AJ Ferrari topic. Let's just make this the AJ Ferrari hour tonight, Sunday night. AJ Ferrari signs with the WWE along with Mason Paris. I don't know if people know this, but Feller said this on our show back in October.
Yeah, and I didn't believe him either.
Well, the thing with Fellers is, and I love the guy, he says a lot. You know what I mean? He says a lot.
Yeah.
So sometimes, because he is so well-versed in what he's saying, and he is a very connected guy, he says so much, he throws so much at you that sometimes things go flying by. And I think this thing flew by a lot of people. It didn't fly by me. I thought about it, but when we posted that episode and a lot of people saw that episode, nobody really said much of it, and it gets brought up again. So the WWE went on an absolute signing spree with their college athletes, these NIL deals. They signed a bunch of different sports athletes, but AJ Ferrari, Mason Paris are the two that we would care about. Mason Paris one kind of surprises me. He's very athletic, good-looking dude. You don't really hear a lot from him.
No, he's not really like the same fit as like Gable and Ferrari are.
It kind of is weird in a sense that Gable and him like beefed, and now they're both on the same team. Is it? I don't know if this is I don't know really how the WWE thing works, but is this like the WWE kind of trying to find a heel for Gable? I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Is this like since what started from last year? Is this like a 10-year plan we have no idea about? They're just slowly building up.
Oh, you talking about
crazy long-term planning here?
Like Gable and Mason and them?
Yeah.
I don't think so, but
honestly, when I looked at the size of how many people they had for these NIL deals, I was like, does this mean all of them are going to be like performing in the WWE? Like, is it a sponsorship? Are they actually performing? Like,
I don't know. Like, I think they're trying to figure it out as well. I know some people talk about sometimes it just means they're going to make like appearances and stuff like that. But some of the other people, like AJ, that makes sense because AJ has a big following by now. He's got a legitimate management entity that he's being managed by, first round management. But the other athletes on there, I don't know any clue who they are.
Right.
Which I guess the fans of those sports probably think the same about Mason and probably AJ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure you're right. But there's just so many. I'm like, dang, this is probably like their biggest bring in yet.
It could be maybe they're seeing the fruits of Julius Creed and the Creed brothers, Diamond Mine. You know,
True.
maybe it's working, and maybe they thought, maybe we get more of these wrestlers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I'm sure they all translate pretty well into that.
Which I know that like wrestlers to the WWE isn't new, but in terms of this whole college NIL thing, it might be.
Right.
And now we're seeing a little bit of WWE action in every Sunday night.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
All right. Before we get to the next topic, it is brought to you by Above and Beyond Wash and Seal. You guys know the vibes. You guys know we have the best wrestling podcast studio floor. Okay? Forget those other guys. They don't have the floors that we have. All right? So Above and Beyond Wash and Seal. Check them out. Link down below. All right, Mark Hall is to compete at the Midlands Open. I'm a big fan of this. I like when David Taylor did it back in 2000, whatever year that was. I believe he wrestled TJ Dudley in the finals. Jesse Della Vecchia will be wrestling at 165, an NCAA finalist. I like that. I wish Della Vecchia and Mark Hall were at the same weight, but they're not. Mark Hall put hashtag 184, probably meaning he's going 184. Can you pull up that tweet? Can you read it for me?
He said, "Let's go. I always wanted to compete at Midlands as a kid. Unfortunately, I just never went when I was in college. With the freestyle competition being a little thinner this year, I couldn't think of a better time to do it. Hashtag 184.
I don't know this off the top of my head, but I wonder if Penn is going to be there, which I don't think that they normally go to Midlands. So. But wouldn't that be badass if you got to wrestle your coach?
Yeah, if he got to wrestle Brooks.
No. He's at Penn.
Yeah,
Penn.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Him and Aaron Brooks would be fun though too.
That'd be cool to see as well. But yeah, I think so. I don't know if Penn goes there or not.
I don't know either. I don't even know where to find that. We're not like what's the word? Like there's some people who like love looking at like everybody that signed up for different tournaments and stuff like that. We just kind of fly by the seat of our pants.
Right.
But at 184, I'm excited to see if he's going to come out in a Penn State singlet or not. Probably not. The graphic had, the Penn State singlet on, but he's probably going to be in like a Penn RTC singlet,
right.
I bet.
No, he'll be repping the RTC for sure.
I'm excited to see like, what he looks like in folk style.
Right. And David Taylor, I think, went 184 too whenever he came back for it as well.
I think he did too.
I'd be curious to see what the 184 field is like this year at Midlands.
And he dominated it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It was kind of, I feel like he was like on a whole nother level compared to the field, and you knew it ahead of time. I'm not positive. I kind of think the same thing for Mark Hall, but I don't know.
Midlands is my favorite open tournament of the year. I remember Andrew Long dominated it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was badass. Him and Eric Thompson were there in the same year, I think, and they both won it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to Grandview. Shout out to Andrew Long.
I wonder, is Provisor going to Midlands?
Dude, we might have to go now.
Yeah.
If I can freaking talk to that. If Provisor is there and Mark Hall, Della Vecchia.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah. I would love to go to Midlands.
Let's try to make that happen. All right. The last topic of this episode is brought to you by Spider Mat Tape. You guys need mat tape. Most of you guys work out still at a wrestling room, or you coach, or you wrestle, or you're just a fan. If your team is not using Spider Mat Tape, be careful. All right. Because that tape might fall off because it's been sitting in a warehouse for a long time getting not fresh, getting stale and unsticky. That won't happen with Spider Mat Tape. So go check out Spider Mat Tape. Scroll down, click the link. You guys know we try to do the feel-good story of the week. This was supposed to be on last week, but with all that Cyhawk drama, we kind of threw all those topics aside.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make sure that this topic gets brought up on this episode because it made me feel good watching it. Let's play it. This is Clarion. After they get a pin, there is a gong on the side of the mat in front of what looks like the student section or the band or something like that.
Yeah.
And the dude gets a pin. He runs over and hits the Clarion pin gong.
And it's stupid smooth too.
So go ahead and play it there, Tyler. There you go. Raise the roof. Raise the roof. Let's go. Yep. Let's go, boys. Oh, perfect catch. Rewind that. Rewind to that catch. Look at this. Let's see here. All right, just run the whole thing. Short clip. Raise the roof. Listen. He's pumped.
God throws that.
Perfect toss. She's out of here.
Wind up is perfect.
Yep. Hey, you know what? It's smart. You know why? It's smart because it's got people like us talking about it. And now Clarion,
Exactly.
what would have probably been a pretty ignored duel, gets some shine.
Yeah, that definitely made the rounds, and it makes it memorable for them.
This started becoming a thing a couple years ago in football. It first started with Miami, of course, the U with the turnover chain, and then since then we've seen a turnover chainsaw, we've seen turnover belts, we've seen turnover pretty much everything, and I guarantee you this is the only pin gong.
Yeah.
I think more teams are probably going to do this now.
Or at least some variation of it. They definitely should.
I'm trying to think of like other things that people could do that would like fit their teams. Like these are I'm pretty sure it's the Clarion Golden Eagles is their name.
I think you're right.
I'm looking it up right now. But I don't know how the gong really fits in, but it's cool.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit like their whatever. Yeah, it's the Golden Eagles, I believe.
Yeah.
But either way, it's cool. Shout out to Clarion Golden Eagles out in the East Coast, out in Pennsylvania, in Clarion, Pennsylvania. That's cool. Shout out to you guys. Feel good story of the week.
There you have it.
There you have it. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching. Hit subscribe. We want to hit 3,000 subscribers really fast. Subscribe to the Patreon if you want to watch the rest of this episode. But if not, this is the last time that we see you. Thank you for watching. Hit that thumbs up. Drop a comment down below. We'll see you next week. Patreon members, keep watching. We're going to keep this show rolling, baby.